Later, he meets Seel about Hang. He asks her about Kim's properties. Did you go to all those places? She says, I'm just busy with that. Then he asks about Eun-hye, tells him she was crying at the police station. I was very nervous, too. Everything was very scary. Then Seel tells Dun, don't scold her. She did everything for you. Hang then says that when we love someone, we want to protect them. I was so angry with Kim the day she died, and I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have interfered. I wanted to tell you but I couldn't. Seel then thanks her saying I have people who are there for me since childhood. You two would fight for me. If someone said something mean to me, Dun would beat them up and you scolded them. The next day we see Ju Young. She told Pyoong that chairwoman Kim had made the champagne that day. So what connection does he have to Seel other than being his boss? Park says that Jun Bam was their VIP client. So maybe that's why Kim gave him the responsibility of handling Jun Bm, Pyoong says then find out if there's an insurance policy here too. But Ju Young is now suspicious of Dun, but he's capable of doing anything for Seel. So Pyoong asks them to find out about his activities on the day of Soo-ho's death. Then Joong goes to the studio and sees some underwater photography. She asks, do you even go underwater with models? You must be good at scuba diving. He replies I go to an underwater studio and I go underwater like that. But how are you here? She replies you were the photographer at the event the day Soo-ho died, right? You must have seen him fall after drinking. He replies everyone saw him there. She asks where you had gone after that event. He replies I had an important project to finish, so I went to my personal studio in Chongwon. She then asks can you prove you were there at that time? So late at night, the dash cam in your car will prove it. He also says there's CCTV there so I'll provide that as well. Then we see the scene of royal auction where Sangmi was practicing for the event and Seel was helping her. Just then she gets a call from Soo-ho's company Your Home. Then she goes there and Soo-ho's personal lawyer comes to meet her and tells her that Jun Bm has named the painting in his will and that before the auction he had also taken out a policy naming her as beneficiary. She replies, I don't know anything about this nor did I agree to it. He then says, your consent isn't required. Perhaps he wanted to keep it a secret. After that, Yuk comes to meet Seel. Meanwhile, President Kim also saw both of them together. Then Seel comes into a room and tells him, ask me what you want to know. Do you want to know why Soo-ho gave me such an expensive painting or whether I got it? But he says, I don't know yet whether Steeler is yours because I don't know whether it's Soo-ho's or Jun Byam's. But I didn't come to ask you that. You weren't answering my phone, so I was worried about you. I was missing you. Then he says, the police don't know about this yet. In the meantime, they can find the real culprit. Otherwise, Seel will become a suspect again. So she says, tell them everything. Maybe that's what Soo-ho wanted. He didn't leave those paintings for me. He wanted to trap me. And culprit's target is you, not me. Woo-Seok says, then you have to protect me. Don't push me away. Stay with me. Seel tells him about all of President Kim's properties, saying, I want to check them all to see where the paintings might be kept. Seel reveals that Han Soo is Kim's goon. I've seen him coming and going to his office many times. If we find those paintings, we'll find out what they did, and your sister will get justice. Then looking at Han Soo's current building, he says, I found some marks here that indicate those paintings were brought here for storage, so they must have used this place as a warehouse. Then Seel remembers that Sangmi had mentioned a storage facility that President Kim had blocked for his personal use. This meant no employees could access it and it was the same location Felix storage where Seel had the accident. This means the painting could be there. Meanwhile, President Kim calls Han Soo to meet her. At first, she just slaps him. Then she says that Seel is working with an investigator on the accident and they're both after me now. So, what are you going to do? He says, don't worry about it. Even if they suspect something, it doesn't matter. They have no proof. But Kim was afraid that if they found the painting, everything would be over. He says that it was perfectly safe too. But keeping it out like this wasn't safe anymore. So, President Kim asks him to put it in his storage vault. Just then, a man arrives, but his face isn't shown. Next, we see Han Soo taking the painting out of Felix's storage. Then Seel and Yuk arrive and discover that the artwork storage has just been emptied and that was the only storage space for the painting. The other member suggests that they were probably removed in a hurry. They also understood that they were late and the painting was still there. So, President Kim will keep the painting in her secret storage. Now, there's a week until the next event, so they only have 1 week. Meanwhile, they must break into the secret storage vault. Meanwhile, Han Soo is moving the painting. Dun was there and saw it here. Yuk takes Seel to his home where Chan had been waiting for them there for a long time. But upon seeing them, he says, "You look great together." Now Chan hacked the computer of the subcontractor who worked with the architect who designed the royal auction. So they find the blueprints for the royal auction, and they see a large space behind the kitchen in Kim's office. This means the secret storage could be there. Chan asks if they're going to break in, but from their reaction, he realizes it's something like that. The next day, Seel comes to President Kim and she's overjoyed to know that Mr. Jun Bam gave her the stealer. "It means it's yours," she says. But Seel says she can't keep it because it wasn't Mr. Jun Bam, but someone else, and the painting wasn't hers, so he can't give it to me. But President Kim says, "Don't worry about it. I've looked into everything. It's yours. If you still don't get it, we'll file a case. I'll cover all the expenses." Seel asks, "Why are you spending so much on the employee you're about to fire?" She replies, "Who told you that? I just told you to rest a little and you don't need to go there anymore. Your dad will be so happy when he sees how good his daughter is living." She then shows her a painting, which she's going to put in the main lot as the next auction. Seel is shocked to see it as it was her dad's painting. Kim also says, "This painting has never been publicly available. It's perfect for the stealer's place." Seel also says, "It's great. Now you're giving me such a big gift for my last auction." Seeing this, Kim is shocked. "I'm giving you such a big opportunity and yet you're calling at the last event." Meanwhile, Ju Young and everyone else now know about Seel being the stealer. So, suspicions again fall on Seel. And this time, she'll get such a valuable painting and the insurance money too. But this case could now go to court. Here, Seel secretly plants a GPS under President Kim's car so they know where she is and when she returns. Yuk and Seel have even planned to enter the storage facility. However, Seel was going to go in alone because even if she gets caught, she has to leave the company anyway. If Yuk gets caught, it would be a disaster. So, it would be better if she went in alone. Yuk tells her to leave as soon as it's recorded. He then gives her a hidden camera, which he connects to his phone. Seel then goes to President Kim's office and unlocks the secret room because she once saw Kim using that passport and she used it everywhere. As soon as she enters, her connection with Yuk is cut off because it's a no-signal zone. Seel sees that the paintings are kept there and she sees the same paintings that were burned in the fire accident. So, she records a video of them. Meanwhile, President Kim receives a message to open the door, but she thinks there might be an error. Then she becomes a little doubtful and turns the car back to the company. Here Chan was watching over her. So he tells Yuk to tell Seel to leave quickly. But how can he do that? Among those paintings, Seel sees her father's painting. She recalls the times they spent together. How he used to tell her about the painting. Her father believed Seel would also become an artist and she also remembers how Kim took the painting from her father. This makes her very emotional. But then she composes herself and tries to open the lock to go out. But the lock won't open because the passport used for exiting was different. Here, President Kim had already arrived. So, Yuk also quickly goes inside, but he hides because of the guard. When President Kim goes upstairs, she finds Dun. She's shocked to see him. He also says he was late because he had some work to do. Kim then quickly goes to her office and starts unlocking the storage area. The lock was being opened from the outside. So Seal hides there.